I'm going to read to you a couple of verses from John chapter 17. I'll be reading from the Message translation. And this is part of Jesus' long prayer. It's recorded in John's Gospel, where he is praying for those who follow him, his disciples. Jesus prays, "I'm not asking that you take them out of the world, but that you guard them from the evil one. They are no more defined by the world than I am defined by the world. Make them holy, consecrated with the truth. Your word is consecrating truth. In the same way that you gave me a mission in the world, I give them a mission in the world. I'm consecrating myself for their sakes, so they'll be truth consecrated in their mission." It's very easy for us as Christians at different times and in different ways to want to escape the world. It's very understandable often, particularly when the world seems so full of suffering or pain or evil. And it is very normal just to want to escape at times. Sometimes we do need to do that. It's okay sometimes to just switch off our news feeds and relax, do something life-giving and think about things that are different for a while. That's not the sort of escape that I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the sort of thing that I think Jesus is praying about here, which is a sense that we can sometimes fall into, that we as Christians, as the church, need to be separated off from the world, from non-Christians, from events and things that affect those who don't follow Jesus. Jesus here makes it very clear that he is not asking God to take us, his disciples, out of the world. And he can pray that because, as he says, his disciples aren't defined by the world because he, Jesus, isn't defined by the world. Holiness, which Jesus prays for us, his disciples here, is about being set apart for God. But that doesn't mean physically separated now that Jesus has come. It means being in the world so that others can see Jesus through us. And Jesus' prayer here is not that his followers wouldn't experience the same things as the world, not that they'd be separate from the world, but that we would be in the world and that our faith would be strong and that we would be guarded from Satan who wants to distract us from Jesus and to make our faith fail. There is no promise or prayer from Jesus that we won't suffer, that we won't experience difficulty, and that we won't be subject to all the things that everybody in the world is subject to. What Jesus prays is that as we experience all those things, our focus would be on him, on God, and that our faith would be strong and that through us others would see Jesus. In the same way he prays that God gave him, Jesus, a mission in the world, he gives us, he prays, a mission in the world to show Jesus as we live in the world, for the world, that Jesus might be glorified and known. We are not to be separated off from the world. We are not to be privileged over the world. We do not have a prosperity that the world won't experience. We are not protected from sickness or suffering. We are given a mission in the world, and Jesus prays that we will be protected from the evil one, that our faith will not fail even as we suffer with the world, that Jesus might be seen through us. It's a hard truth sometimes to hear that, and we so want life to be better, and when we suffer, it is easy to ask, what have I done to deserve this? The reality is nothing. No one deserve suffering any more or any less than another person. That's not how life works. That's not how Jesus talks about suffering. What Jesus' prayer always focuses on is that whatever we experience, whatever we go through, that our faith would be strengthened, that in some way we would draw close to him, and that others may see him through us. That doesn't mean we can't doubt or struggle or find things difficult as we suffer. We're allowed to do that and have those experiences and to be honest about it. And actually we can find that when we do so, that can be what draws people who don't know Jesus closer to him, our honesty about our struggles and our suffering, rather than pretending everything's okay and sunny and bright. So remember today that whatever you and I and we face, Jesus prays for us at the right hand of the Father. That our faith will not fail, that we will know him close to us, and that others will see Jesus through us as we live amongst them in the world for his glory.